In the ceaseless currents of modern life, where anxiety gnaws at the edges of our peace and the digital world clamors for our attention, humanity remains tethered to an ancient quest: the search for tranquility, resilience, and meaning. Across millennia, two profound philosophical traditions, born from distant lands and distinct cultures, emerged to guide this quest: the robust pragmatism of Stoicism and the profound wisdom of Buddhism. They offer not fleeting antidotes, but profound frameworks for understanding suffering and cultivating inner freedom. Tonight we journey into the heart of these venerable paths, not to declare a victor, but to illuminate their shared insights and appreciate their unique perspectives on what it means to live well. Both Stoicism and Buddhism begin not with grand promises of bliss, but with an unflinching gaze at the reality of existence. Life, they assert, is characterized by flux, by change, by an inherent instability that often manifests as suffering. For the Stoics, this reality is part of the cosmic order, a consequence of living in a world governed by an indifferent, yet rational providence. They recognize that externals, health, wealth, reputation, even life itself, are beyond our ultimate control, mere indifference that can be given or taken away. Seneca, reflecting on the impermanence of all things, would counsel us to cultivate a disdain for death and a disdain for pain, knowing these are part of the natural cycle. Similarly, the Buddha's first noble truth declares dukkha, often translated as suffering, but more accurately encompassing dissatisfaction, stress, and the inherent unsatisfactoriness of all conditioned phenomena. Both traditions invite us to move beyond superficial denials and confront the fundamental precariousness of being, not to wallow in despair, but to lay the groundwork for true liberation. Here, a powerful convergence emerges: the radical insistence on the primacy of the inner life. For the Stoics, Epictetus famously articulated the dichotomy of control. Some things are within our power, while others are not. Our opinions, impulses, desires, and aversions are ours to command. Everything else, our body, property, reputation, external circumstances, lies beyond our direct influence. This insight, profoundly liberating, steers us away from fruitless external struggles toward cultivating our inner ruling faculty. Marcus Aurelius echoes this, urging us to retreat into the inner citadel of our minds. Buddhist thought, too, emphasizes inner transformation. While not framed in the Stoic language of power, the practice of mindfulness and meditation fundamentally aims to observe and disengage from unskillful mental states, recognizing that suffering arises not from external events themselves, but from our reactive clinging and aversion. Both teach us that true freedom is found not in altering the world, but in mastering our responses to it. If the inner citadel is our refuge, then unchecked desire is its siege engine. Both philosophies meticulously dissect the role of craving and attachment in perpetuating our disquiet. For the Stoics, irrational desires and aversions, Apatheia, distort our judgment and lead us astray from virtue. Seneca warned against the madness of wanting more, of succumbing to the allure of fleeting pleasures and the torment of unfulfilled longing. True contentment, he argued, arises from needing little and valuing what is truly good. Virtue itself. Buddhism, through the second noble truth, directly names craving, tanha, as the origin of suffering. Whether it is craving for sensual pleasures, for becoming, or for non-becoming, these relentless pulls bind us to a cycle of dissatisfaction. Both paths counsel a radical re-evaluation of our relationship with desire, not necessarily eradication, but a profound understanding and skillful redirection of it. The modern deluge of consumerism and instant gratification finds a powerful counter-argument in these ancient insights. The ultimate goals, while named differently, share a profound stillness. For the Stoics, the aim is Apatheia, not apathy in the modern sense, but a state of freedom from disruptive passions and emotional disturbances. It is a tranquility achieved through reason, where one aligns with nature and accepts what cannot be changed, while acting virtuously within one's sphere of influence. It is a calm, unwavering rationality. The Buddhist equivalent, Nirvana, signifies the blowing out of the fires of greed, hatred, and delusion. It is a state of profound peace, freedom from suffering, and the cessation of the cycle of rebirth. While Stoic Apatheia implies a harmonious integration with the rational cosmos, Nirvana often points to a transcendence of conventional reality itself. Yet in their practical application, both describe a deep, abiding inner peace that is not dependent on external circumstances. They are states of profound equanimity, sought through rigorous self-discipline and wisdom. While both emphasize wisdom, their primary tools diverge. Stoicism places reason, Logos, at its very core. The universe itself is governed by an intelligent, rational principle, and human reason is a spark of this divine fire. To live virtuously is to live in accordance with reason, to understand natural law, and to apply logic to our impressions and judgments. Virtue, for the Stoics, is the sole good, and it is entirely rational. Epictetus continually calls us to examine our impressions, to question their truth and whether they are within our control. Buddhism, while certainly valuing wisdom, prajna, as one component of the Eightfold Path, does not elevate reason to the same cosmic, almost deified status as Stoicism. The Buddhist path emphasizes experiential understanding, gained through meditation and ethical conduct, leading to direct insight into the nature of reality. It's less about a cosmic blueprint discovered by logic, and more about a lived understanding that transcends conceptual thought. Both, however, demand rigorous self-inquiry and a commitment to mental discipline. Benevolence and our duties to others are central, yet framed differently. Stoicism, through the concept of oikeiosis, articulates a natural human inclination to care for others, extending our circle of concern from ourselves to family, community, and ultimately all of humanity. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminds us that we are made for cooperation. Like feet, like hands, like eyelids. Our rationality binds us to a common brotherhood, and virtue demands justice and kindness. We are citizens of the cosmos. Buddhist thought, particularly the cultivation of metta, loving kindness, and karuna, compassion, places a profound emphasis on empathy and interconnectedness. The suffering of others is seen as a reflection of universal dukkha, and cultivating a boundless heart is essential for liberation. While Stoic benevolence often manifests as civic duty and rational aid, Buddhist compassion can extend into radical forms of non-harming and altruism. Both, however, vehemently reject solipsism and advocate for an active ethical engagement with the well-being of others. Here, perhaps, lies one of the most significant divergences. Buddhism posits the doctrine of anatta, or no self. It argues that what we perceive as a permanent, enduring self or ego is an illusion, a composite of ever-changing physical and mental phenomena. This understanding aims to dismantle the root of attachment, which is seen as clinging to a false sense of self. The path leads to the dissolution of ego-driven desires. Stoicism, conversely, affirms a distinct rational self, or ruling faculty, hegemonikon. This self is the seat of reason, judgment, and moral choice, a divine spark that is fundamentally part of the cosmic logos. Our task is not to dissolve this self, but to perfect it, to align it with universal reason and virtue. We are individual actors, responsible for our choices. The Stoic self is robust, resilient, a master of its inner domain, whereas the Buddhist self is to be seen through as ephemeral, a construct that, once understood, leads to liberation. The cosmic backdrop against which these philosophies play out is also markedly different. Stoicism is deeply pantheistic. It views the universe as a living, rational organism, imbued with a divine reason, or logos, that permeates all things. God is not a transcendent creator, but immanent within nature itself, a benevolent providence. To live in accordance with nature is to live in accordance with this divine will. Our acceptance of fate, our understanding of the cosmic order, is fundamental to Stoic tranquility. Buddhism, particularly early Buddhism, is largely non-theistic. While it acknowledges various deities within its cosmology, these are not seen as ultimate creators or sources of salvation in the way a Stoic god might be. The emphasis is on individual enlightenment through one's own efforts, not through appealing to a divine power. The universe is seen as governed by cause and effect, karma, without necessarily positing an intelligent guiding hand. This difference shapes how each tradition approaches ultimate meaning and the nature of reality. The outward manifestation of their ideals reveals another distinction. Stoicism often advocates for active civic engagement. As citizens of the cosmos, we have a duty to contribute to the common good, to take on roles in society, and to strive for justice. Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, both men of power and influence, embodied this ethos, enduring the burdens of public life with stoic resolve. Their philosophy was practiced amidst the clamor of the Roman world, demanding resilience and practical application. Buddhism, while not inherently apolitical, historically has a stronger monastic tradition that emphasizes withdrawal from worldly affairs to cultivate insight. While there are certainly lay practitioners, the ideal of a monk or nun dedicated solely to the path of enlightenment often involves a degree of detachment from societal roles and responsibilities that is less emphasized in Stoicism. Both seek peace, but one often finds it within the active fray, the other often in a more deliberate withdrawal. In our fragmented modern world, navigating the relentless demands of social media, ambition's siren call, and the complexities of relationships, both Stoicism and Buddhism offer profound solace. They are not competing doctrines demanding exclusive allegiance, but complementary lenses through which to view our experience. From Stoicism, we gain a robust framework for ethical action, a clear understanding of our agency amidst chaos, and a call to civic responsibility, to engage with the world with calm fortitude. From Buddhism, we learn the profound wisdom of impermanence, the intricate dance of attachment and suffering, and potent practices like mindfulness to observe our inner landscape with compassion. To face modern anxiety, we can embrace the Stoic discipline of distinguishing what is in our control, while employing Buddhist mindfulness to observe our anxious thoughts without judgment. For ambition, we can pursue goals with Stoic virtue, yet recognize their impermanence with Buddhist wisdom. In relationships, we can practice Stoic benevolence and Buddhist compassion, understanding both our interconnectedness and the inevitability of change. The ancient sages offer not easy answers, but timeless tools for building resilience and finding meaning in an ever-shifting reality. As the camera pulls back from these ancient landscapes of thought, we are left with a deeper appreciation for the enduring human spirit and its quest for wisdom. Stoicism, with its emphasis on reason, virtue, and cosmic harmony, invites us to stand firm amidst life's storms, anchoring ourselves to an unwavering inner resolve. Buddhism, with its profound insights into suffering, impermanence, and the nature of mind, guides us toward a liberation born of radical understanding and compassion. Neither offers an escape from the human condition, but rather a refined way of engaging with it. They call us to look inward, to cultivate discipline, and to act with intention. In a world clamoring for our attention, these ancient voices remind us that true power, true freedom, resides not in what we accumulate or control externally, but in how we train our minds and choose to meet each moment. May these timeless philosophies inspire us to live more thoughtfully, more resiliently, and with greater purpose.